Continued weather dangers in northern Texas as well, killing at least 11 people. Multiple tornadoes cutting through a 40-mile swath. Garland police believe most of the victims died when their vehicles were lifted off the highway and dropped more than 17 feet onto a service road below. 4 Texas counties declared disaster areas after blizzards, floods, and record tornadoes, all in one weekend. Late today, Oklahoma's governor extending the state of emergency there to include all counties as 200,000 customers are without power. Some areas of New Mexico buried under 2 feet of snow. 4 people are forced to relocate after a fire on Christmas Day in Rapid City. The Rapid City Fire Department releasing new details today about that fire and another on Friday in Rapid City. The first fire breaking out at the Safeway grocery store on Mount Rushmore Road at the deli counter. The store's sprinkler system helping contain the flames before crews arrived on scene. There were no injuries reported, and that store was able to open for business the following day. The second fire breaking out in a structure in an apartment, or with an apartment on each end and a warehouse in the middle. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but the point of origin appears to be an outside storage facility attached to that structure. There were no injuries, but the Red Cross was called to assist in the relocation of 4 people who'd been occupying the structure. 2 dogs and 1 cat were rescued from that building by a fire department personnel. It is an issue that South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley has been combating, the recent rise in methamphetamine cases across South Dakota. Now a Fargo man is being accused of distributing large quantities of meth in Fargo and in Sisseton, South Dakota. Robel Hernandez is charged in federal court with conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance. Authorities say Hernandez's residence was being used as a stash house for an out-of-state drug trafficking organization. A woman who lived with Hernandez had allegedly stolen 5 pounds of meth, and members of the cartel came to Fargo and assaulted her to gain information about the whereabouts of the missing drugs. Hernandez is being held without bond. And here in Rapid City, a man is caught trying to hide baggies containing methamphetamine while waiting to be booked at the Pennington County Jail. Police arresting 32-year-old Rapid City resident Trevor Chips on Saturday after police responded to a report of a disturbance. Observers catching Chips trying to conceal 3 baggies between his seat and the wall in the booking area. Officers arresting Chips on various charges, including possession of a controlled substance. Chips is being held without bond. New developments tonight in a case that has provoked a nationwide outcry. 12-year-old Tamir Rice was carrying an airsoft pellet gun when he was fatally shot by Cleveland police last November. Today we learn the officers involved will not face charges, causing backlash from Rice's family and on social media. We get more tonight from NBC's Stephanie Gosk.
The moment before Tamir Rice was shot and killed by Cleveland police last year, the county prosecutor says the 12-year-old tried to show the cops his gun was fake. But the 2 officers didn't know that and feared for their lives. There will be no indictment.
Given this perfect storm of human error, mistakes, and miscommunications by all involved that day, the evidence did not indicate criminal conduct by police.
The 911 call reported a gunman in the park, but the prosecutor says dispatch never relayed critical details that Rice was likely a minor and likely carrying a toy. That toy, an airsoft replica of a Colt, looks a lot like the real thing.
They are very difficult to tell apart, even by people who are very familiar with guns, even when you stand and stare at it.
Today, Rice's family says they are saddened but not surprised by the decision.
Someone other than the elected county official who works very closely with law enforcement officers of this community day in and day out should have probably made that decision.
Rice's death sparked protests in Cleveland and added fuel to ongoing demonstrations around the country. 2 weeks before, officials in Ferguson, Missouri said the officer who shot Michael Brown would not be criminally charged. Today, the county prosecutor called Rice's death an absolute tragedy, adding civil action may provide the accountability he said the family deserves. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, New York.
Meanwhile, Tamir Rice's family is urging anyone who's disappointed in the grand jury decision to express their feelings peacefully and democratically. The U.S. Attorney's Office says an independent civil rights investigation is continuing into that case. In other news tonight, wine drinkers in South Dakota may be toasting a new law that goes on the books starting on the first day of the brand new year. Beginning on New Year's Day, any winery in South Dakota or outside of the state will now be able to legally ship wine to South Dakota consumers. That's if they meet the requirements necessary to obtain a Wine Direct shipper's license. The South Dakota Department of Revenue is saying there are laws applying to that license, including an annual $100 license fee. It remains to be seen how or if that new law will impact local liquor retailers.
I really don't see it going to take a very big toll. A lot of it's going to be wines that just aren't available in the state, beers that aren't available in the state. Shipping, people are going to find out, is going to be really expensive. My stand on it is, as an American, I think that's the right thing to do. It should be treated just like any other product. If you're 21 and can legally buy it, you should be able to get it.
And if you do plan to have your wine shipped in, you'll also need to apply for a state sales and use tax license. For a full list of rules and regulations, you can call or email the Department of Revenue. Their contact information listed here can also be found on our website at newscenter1.tv. A measure that would cap moneylenders' interest rates in South Dakota is now on its way to the ballot for the 2016 election. That proposal would limit rates to 36% annually. Supporters say the proposal is aimed at protecting consumers from predatory lending. Opponents have said that short-term lenders would be forced out of business in the state if the measure passes. Secretary of State Chantel Krebs wants to ensure that South Dakota voters get to voice their opinions and concerns over the measure being validated.
They submitted 19,936 signatures, and we validated 17,222 of them, which equates to an 86% valid rate of signatures, with 14% of those being invalid. This will be considered initiated Measure 21 on the November 2016 ballot. A citizen has 30 days to challenge this decision or certification, and that challenge would be due into our office on January 27th at 5 p.m.
That ballot measure would have to receive a majority of votes cast in order to be approved. Wyoming lawmakers are considering raising the state's minimum wage to $9.50 an hour, up from $5.15. Their minimum wage, one of the lowest in the entire nation. Employers can pay the lower wage unless workers do $500,000 or more in gross annual sales, or if they engage in interstate commerce, at which point employers must pay the federal rate of $7.25. Sponsoring this newest bill, Representative Jim Byrd, he's proposed raising the wage to $9 an hour in the past 2 years, with the legislature defeating both of those measures. Last January 1st brought a pay raise for thousands of South Dakotans due to our own bump in minimum wage. Voters approving the change, which raised the minimum hourly wage from $7.25 to $8.50 an hour. And here's a look at today's markets on Wall Street. And as we check the numbers on this Monday, and we find things as we are in between the holiday doldrums period, very light trading activity on the major indexes today. The Dow losing 24 points, 17,528. NASDAQ Composite down 8 to 5,041. S&P down 4 to 2057. And gold down $7.40 to $1,068.50 on this day of trade. Chief Meteorologist Bob Rigger, you're still rubbing your hand. You're still trying to get warm?
It's cold out there.
It is cold out there.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
Oh, good. That's
great
wonderful.
Christmas. Yeah.
I had a great one. I hope all the folks out there had one. Now we got to get ready for New Year's. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that one?
Still need a couple days to recover and warm up. I'll do my best. I'll keep you posted.
Unfortunately, it's not going to warm up, Chad, anytime soon. Look at some of these low temperatures around the Black Hills. You can see single digits, even zero up at Spearfish. And I mentioned this at 5:30. I had a call earlier from a lady from Newell. Her thermometer said minus 14 at her place. So, yeah, I mean, we got a very cold air mass right over the top of the Black Hills. And something that cold, that dense, it just takes a while to get out of here. So we don't expect it to move anytime soon. But by the weekend, I think we'll begin to see some temperatures above where they should be this time of the year, above normal.
A whole lot of purple.
A whole lot of purple all over the place.
In that radar. Yeah. We'll get more details coming up on Bob's weather in just a bit. We're back with more news after the break, right here on NewsCenter1 at 10.
This is NewsCenter1 with Chad Olson. Sports with Justin Wickersham. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio. Save big at Menards. How big? 11% big on every item for your biggest projects. With 11%, make it warmer. No, 11% warmer. Easier. How about 11% easier? Save 11% on doors. Every door. Save 11% on flooring. All flooring. Save 11% on lumber. That's right, all the love. From this to this, or even this. There's no end to the possibilities with an 11% rebate on your entire purchase. Hurry in for big savings.
My truck is 60,000 pounds. We travel at 30 miles an hour or less to control our snow plow. The faster you go, the further you're going to throw it. We want to keep that to a minimum, looking out for the other cars that you're going to be meeting, bumps in the road, cars off on the side of the road. When we're kicking up a little bit of snow, we cannot see you behind there. You're in our blind spot. If you're in a hurry, it's not worth the risk of passing a snowplow to save a couple minutes off your drive time.
At TechNet Corp, we know that anything that interrupts your creative process can be traumatizing. We'll get your technology problems resolved quickly and professionally because we know you have important work to do. TechNet Corp, computer repair, software support, virus removal, and computer sales at 1727 West Main Street in the Gap. TechNet Corp, for the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.
What? It's research.
It's the perfect time to get the gift you've waited for all year. The redesigned Honda Accord, complete with a new look, improved fuel efficiency, and Pandora compatibility standard. Happy Honda Days end soon. Hurry in and you could get a great deal on the Accord, the most durable, longest-lasting car in its class. Now at your Honda dealer.
Speed, reliability, performance, quality. Everything you like about your truck, you will like about Quick Lube. Stop by and their professional staff will perform a tire rotation, 16-point inspection, chassis lube, and an engine and oil filter change. Plus receive a free Super Tunnel car wash. Now offering tire rotations during your oil change. Quick Lube is your no-appointment, one-stop oil change and tire rotation shop.
Well, when it comes to their waistlines, it is status quo for South Dakota kids. The percentage of children in South Dakota considered overweight or obese remains stable. The health department in the state says about 1/3 of children fall into those two categories. That's a rate that has not changed for much of 4 straight years. Chronic disease epidemiologist Ashley Miller says it's good that the rate has leveled off, but leaders want to see it come down. She says the health department offers a variety of resources to help encourage healthy diet and increase physical activity for kids. The Rapid City Council holding their year-end session earlier today. City leaders saying the annual meeting is a time to close out the books on the calendar year. Also on the agenda today, the second reading of the supplemental appropriations, approving payment of year-end bills. This year's meeting also includes a general discussion on the Code of Conduct. Policy, that's the policy for elected leaders. As 2015 comes to a close, city leaders say they're excited about the new year to come.
I think 2016 is just, again, a big year for city, looking at various different projects, continuing work with developers and working with expanding Rapid City and growth in Rapid City. I think that's always a plus. The mayor's hit the ground running with a lot of different ideas for the city, and so we'll be working with the department directors on the year ahead on some of those programs and some of those projects.
And today's council meeting was open to the public. However, discussion and debate were limited to the mayor and council members and only to agenda items. And as Rapid City continues to grow, another event to look forward to in the new year is, of course, the Tournament of Roses Parade. This year's parade will be extra special as the South Dakota Department of Tourism will have a presence. In honor of the event, Mount Rushmore National Memorial is inviting everyone to spend New Year's Day at the mountain and to enjoy the parade on a big screen at the Carver's Cafe from 9 to 11 a.m. Well, December is not quite over yet, and neither is the snow. Bob Riggio has a full look at your forecast coming up after the break right here on NewsCenter1.
Here's the perfect way to end the year. The final days of the Ford Holiday Sales Event. Get 0% financing for 60 months on 2015 F-150 and Focus and 2016 Fusion and Escape. Plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash on 2015 Focus and 2016 Fusion and Escape. And no payments for 90 days. That's 0% financing for 60 months, plus up to $1,000 cash back on select vehicles or up to $10,021 total savings. Only at your local Ford stores.
I'm Governor Dennis Dugard. There's no place like home for the holidays. But tragically, because of drunk driving, not everyone will make it home this year. It could happen to anyone, but we can do something to prevent it. Please, don't drink and drive. Your decision could mean the difference between a holiday you'll always remember or one you'll always regret. Remember to designate a driver. Let's all get home safely this holiday season.
Don't let the frustration with the equipment in your office come to this. Call TechNet Corp instead. TechNet Corp, the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.
At Denver Mattress, it's out with the old and in with the new. As we get ready for the new year, it's your chance to save. Find incredible pricing on 2015 clearance models. King sets starting at $299, queen sets $199, full sets $149, and twin sets from $129. 2015 models, sizes, and stock are in limited quantities, so hurry in to get your best selection on these extraordinary values. The year-end sell-off ends New Year's Eve. Denver Mattress, America's largest factory direct retailer.
The last 6 days are the best days of the year to buy a used car or truck from Rushmore Honda. Shop a huge selection, imports and domestics. Buy 13 Volkswagen Beetle 2.5, 11.5, and all-wheel drive 12 Mazda CX-9 Touring, 19,285, or a Honda certified pre-owned 12 Pilot Touring 4x4, 28.5. Shop now for the best selection. Expect more, get more at Rushmore Honda at our new location off I-90 exit 60 on East Mall Drive and at rushmorehonda.com.
This is NewsCenter1 Weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
Well, let's start off with the weather almanac once again. The high temperature today is 20, 36 is normal, well below that, about 16 degrees. We will stay below normal for pretty much for the rest of the week. We'll have to wait to the weekend until these temperatures get above that 36-degree mark. 6 was our morning low temperature, 12 is normal, so we're even below the morning low temperature. 726, sun up, 421, the sun will be going down. We have clear skies overhead, 4 degrees out at the airport. You can just see how cold it is already. One is that dew point, wind chill, 13 below, folks, 13 below. So cover up, obviously. High temperatures across the country. That cold air, I mean, as I said, this cold air is just so dense and heavy. You can see it just oozed all the way down into Texas. 38 was the high in Midland, 41 Dallas, all the way down to San Antonio. 52 down there. Pushed off to the east a little bit, not to the southeast. 73 in Atlanta, 75 over in Tallahassee. And here's that big storm. You can see still snow over southeastern South Dakota, across Minnesota, Wisconsin, all across the Great Lakes. South of that snow band, you can see quite a bit of rain occurring, pretty much all up and down the East Coast. And as far as watches and warnings are concerned, the blue and the pink, those are winter storm watches and advisories, and the green areas here, those are flood watches and advisories as well. We have some video of that winter storm. We'll start over in Sioux City, Iowa. This is what those folks are dealing with throughout the day today. And they can expect about 8 inches of snow when it's all said and done as that storm system continues to push further to the east. This is Chicago. This is what I deal with when I was growing up in that city. Just strong winds and very cold temperatures. And now we're going to go down to Oklahoma, see some of the icy conditions that those folks had to deal with. Look at this car. And this next one right there, you can see that car spinning out right in front of this one. So just some nasty weather all over the country. All right, let's bring it on back, and we're going to look at our future satellite radar. Here it is. We have high pressure pretty much in the plain states. That will control our weather pattern not only for tomorrow, but pretty much for the rest of the week. It's going to keep our temperatures cold. We'll have a few clouds overhead. That storm system will continue to push further off to the east, and then on Wednesday, it's going to push off into the Atlantic, and the trailing edge of that cold front will trigger some showers across the southeast on Wednesday. And as far as we're concerned, hey, nothing. We got high pressure over the top of us, fairly dry, but when these temperatures get that cold, don't be surprised if you see a few little flurries of falling. Here's the future satellite radar for Tomorrow, we'll have increasing clouds throughout the day. We'll have partly cloudy, mostly cloudy skies, and still some snow out over in East River. And then on Wednesday, even more snow, Tuesday evening, early Wednesday. And as a matter of fact, those folks, 2 to 4 inches possible over the next couple of days, as you can see here with the heavier amounts around the Sioux Falls area. We're not going to get much, maybe a little bit in the northern hills, but that's about all with the clouds. High temperatures today, we have those for you generally in the teens across South Dakota. And tomorrow, as I said, it's not going to warm up. We'll see high temperatures again in the upper teens, lower 20s across South Dakota. And then on Wednesday, no. Don't expect any warmer temperatures on Wednesday either, in the teens and lower 20s. All right, here's the forecast for the Black Hills. A little a better perspective here. 16 Spearfish, 20 Custer, 17 Newcastle, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy skies. 16 Belfouche, 17 Sturgis, 19 Hot Springs. So temperatures well below normal, like they will be for the next few days. For tonight, partly cloudy and frigid. Look for that wind chill as cold as 10 below. And tomorrow, what do we have? 16, that high temperature tomorrow. Wow. Increasing clouds throughout the day. And you can see a wind chill 5 below, possibly even 10 below if those winds pick up a little bit. 1 tomorrow night, so this cold, frigid air just isn't going anywhere. It's going to stay with us, and that's pretty well reflected in the 7-day forecast as well. 21 on Wednesday, 25 on Thursday. Remember, 35 is normal. We'll hit normal on Friday, and then above normal through the weekend with plenty of sunshine. ClickBigDeals.com, Jam Bones Pub in Sturgis. Yeah, it's sold out. You could have paid $8 for the coupon, which is a $20 coupon, and take a little trip up to Sturgis and enjoy some of that Cajun food at the Jam Bones. Jam Bones Pub. What did I said? Jam Bones or something?
You said it right.
I said it right?
You said it right all the way through.
Jam Bones. I love the name.
I guarantee.
Yeah, guarantee. Yeah.
Good food, and you'll enjoy it up there. Thank you, Bob. Still to come, St. Thomas More boys and girls basketball teams who are in action tonight in Aberdeen. Plus, the Denver Broncos looking to punch a ticket to the playoffs with a win over the mighty Cincinnati Bengals. Justin has highlights coming up next in NewsCenter1 Sports.
There exists an all-powerful force in the universe. It surrounds us, gives us strength, turns fear into hope. And to those who seek to harness such power, this is what you've been looking for.
Hurry in now to get 0% APR for 75 months. Offer ends January 4th. Get 0% APR financing for 75 months, plus $6,000 in total values on the 2015 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
We could have built pyramids. We chose burritos instead. Fresh pressed tortillas. The finest ingredients evenly mixed. Our better built standard is in a league of its own. Fresh salads, tacos, and quesadillas. Panchero's Mexican Grill, for those who don't compromise. West Omaha Street, Rapid City.
Out here, 9 to 5 is actually 5 to 9. The dependable, ready-to-ride line of utility vehicles from Honda. Built to work.
Let us work for you at Outdoor Motorsports, Exit 14, Spearfish.
Are you tired of getting socks and ugly sweaters for Christmas? Come to Billion Kia, where we're giving away a brand new Kia. I'm not talking about a toy car, I'm talking about a brand new Kia. From now until January 4th, stop by Billion Kia and test drive any vehicle for a chance to register to win a new 2016 Kia Rio. No purchase necessary. This powerful subcompact car is as much fun to look at as it is to drive. Our wish to you this holiday season is to save and be merry at Billion Kia in Rapid City or at BillionAuto.com.
This is NewsCenter1 Sports with Justin Wickersham.
Well, last night in the ECHL, Rapid City lost its second straight as the Colorado Eagles shut out the Rush 3-0. This Thursday, the Rush will try to get back on the winning track as they play host to the Tulsa Oilers. As of late, goals have been hard to come by for Rapid City, and so have wins. In fact, the Rush are 1-4-1 in their last 6 games and have dropped to 4th place in the West Division. Rush head coach Joe Ferris says his team needs to shoot the puck more and get to the net in order to score more goals.
These teams in this division, it's so much more run and gun style of hockey where, they throw pucks at the net all the time. And that's, those are the habits we got to get into instead of looking for cute plays anytime we get the puck where we can get traffic in front of the net, that we need to throw pucks at the net. And that comes with experience. And, we've got a lot of young guys here that are learning the pro game. But, yeah, definitely. We know that in order to score goals, we need traffic and pucks to the net. And that's one thing we harp on all the time.
Once again, the Rapid City Rush wrap up 2015 on Thursday night by hosting the Tulsa Oilers. The Rush will host the Oilers again on Saturday night, featuring halfway to 4th of July night with baseball specialty jerseys. And speaking of hockey, the Rushmore Thunder boys varsity team defeated Williston, North Dakota today 3-2. Jacob Lindblom led the Thunder with 2 goals, and Ryan Nolan scored the other goal. Rushmore will host Williston again tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 at the Thunderdome. Meanwhile, in boys basketball, Sisseton upset 5th-ranked St. Thomas More this evening. Final score 50-47. Plus Warner knocked off Harding County 60-38. On the girls' side, the top-ranked St. Thomas More Cavaliers rolled over Aberdeen Roncalli 51-17. Well, the Cincinnati Bengals had a chance to grab control over home field in the AFC throughout the playoffs with a win tonight in Denver. Meanwhile, the Broncos are in a fight for their playoff lives. They need to win one of their final 2 games to lock up a playoff spot, with Kansas City just a half a game back in the West. In fact, Denver could finish anywhere from the top seed in the AFC to completely out of the playoffs. Opening drive for the Bengals, and A.J. McCarron leads Cincinnati down the field, connecting with A.J. Green for a 5-yard touchdown strike in the back corner of the end zone, and the Bengals go up 7-0 at that point. Second quarter now. Mohamed Sanu in the Wildcat. He takes the snap, runs around the outside, and walks into the end zone untouched. Cincinnati in control, leading 14-0. Jumping ahead to the third down, Brock Osweiler hits Emmanuel Sanders for an 8-yard touchdown. The Broncos tighten it up 14-10, and Denver goes on to clinch a spot in the playoffs tonight with a 20-17 win in overtime. Well, the Military Bowl was held today, featuring Pittsburgh against number 21 Navy. The Panthers off to a great start in this one. Quadri Henderson back to receive for Pittsburgh, and he returns this one 99 yards for the touchdown. That made it 7-0, Panthers on top. Navy responds, though. Quarterback Keenan Reynolds takes this one in from a yard out. That tied it up at 7 apiece after the extra point. And moving on to the second quarter now, Reynolds finds Tyler Carmona in the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown. Overall, Reynolds passed for a touchdown and ran for 3 more as Navy beat Pittsburgh today 44-28. Also, Minnesota quarterback Mitch Leidner ran 13 yards for a touchdown with 4:26 remaining, and the Golden Gophers held on for a 21-14 win over Central Michigan in the Quick Lane Bowl. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
There's still time to get in. Now at Nissan's holiday event.
Get up to $1,000 bonus cash on top of existing offers.
Get in before it's over.
Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
How are you nuking this, boss? I can barely keep up with the trash mobs in the dungeon.
Hit those fire goblins with your icicle storm. Never mind, I'll use my hailstone blade. I had TechNet optimize my system, and I'm telling you, dude, it screams now.
You're in full-on beast mode. Oh, no. I wiped again.
Sorry, dude.
I'm going AFK to call TechNet Corp right now.
Laters.
TechNet Corp, the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.
Go to the $1 Million Cash Bash at Cadillac Jack's on New Year's Eve. And who knows where you'll find yourself on New Year's Day. Cadillac Jack's is giving away $1 million in Cadillac cash this New Year's Eve. Every Cadillac Club member is a guaranteed winner. Find out how much you've won on December 31st. Cadillac Jack's. How will your New Year's Eve play out?
Eddie's ridden an elephant across the lot. Eddie shot birds out of the sky. Eddie has even fixed his own truck. But Eddie has never hosted a year-end clearance event this big before. All new 2015 Rams and new 2015 Dodges must go. And if there's one thing we know about Eddie, it's that he means business. Don't miss Eddie's biggest year-end clearance event so far at Dodge Town on the corner of Campbell and Omaha in Rapid City, your Ram truck headquarters of the Black Hills.
So,
Well,
you know, how about them Huskers? We haven't had a chance to talk about this. Nebraska won their bowl game, Bob. And this,
I know.
This is my first opportunity to publicly celebrate that. So I was pretty happy to, you know, at least.
Thank goodness that we had 80 bowls to, you know, so Nebraska could get into one of those and prove that they deserve to be in a bowl game.
Even if you're 2-19, you get to go to a bowl.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And they really look good. I mean,
they did.
I think that was a true Nebraska team maybe not all season long, but certainly about, I would say about 3/4 of the way in.
23 of the first 24 plays were running plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old school. And they only threw the ball 19 times. So somewhere Tom Osborne must have been smiling
but
too.
When Armstrong was throwing the ball, he was throwing the ball accurately.
They
right
look pretty good. Still going to be cold. There's your weather.
Yeah.
We are excited to see you at Rapid City's Meadowbrook Golf Course, now offering 2016 season passes at the 2015 rate through December 31st, 2015. The 18-hole championship course winds around beautiful Rapid Creek with picturesque backdrops and pristine landscaping. Meadowbrook is the perfect place for beginners and experts alike. Meadowbrook Golf Course is the clear local favorite. Don't miss out on the savings for your 2016 season passes by December 31st, 2015. Shopping is easy by phone, online, or just stop in to see us.
The service department at Herschutz is the finest I've ever dealt with.
The best service I have ever experienced from any dealer.
We found your company is friendlier and easier to deal with than others we visited.
Above and beyond service.
I like the people, I like the service, and I would come back in a heartbeat.
It's true. The best advertising is a happy customer, and after 105 years, we do have a lot of them. Hers Resistance, I-90 and Exit 30. Don't drive by, drive in.
Faucets to fixtures to countertops and cabinets and interior design. Kitchen and Bath Showcase, located at 336 Shepherd Street behind Shooters.